Welcome explorers. Today's video is about the introductory part on polyalphabetic substitution ciphers. So let's start. The polyalphabetic cipher is a kind of substitution cipher which makes use of more than one set of English characters or letters of the English alphabet to arrive at the cipher text by encrypting the given plain text. Now before going into the details of this cipher, let me give you a brief overview for this cipher. Now basically earlier we used to make use of the monoalphabetic cipher which only consisted of a single set of characters of the English alphabet, and due to the relative arrangement of the characters we arrived at the cipher text by applying suitable techniques as well as rules for different monoalphabetic ciphers. But in due course of time the need for complex cipher texts arose due to the relatively easy technique of deciphering the messages which was encrypted by using the monoalphabetic ciphers. Now because of that we came across the polyalphabetic ciphers. Now it is also a kind of substitution cipher. It makes use of a plain text as well as a key. Now it also makes use of an intermediate text. The intermediate string or the text is formed by repeating the letters of the key over and over again until and unless the length of the intermediate text becomes equal to that of the plain text. And in this kind of cipher we also make use of a special table to arrive at each of the letters in the cipher text. Now in that special table each of the rows correspond to the letters of the plain text and the columns correspond to the letters of the intermediate text. Now I will tell you how that basically happens, how we actually arrive at each of the cipher elements in the latter part of this video. But for now I will tell you that this kind of cipher or the polyalphabetic cipher is an example of a simple and classical cipher. Now the algorithm behind this kind of cipher is quite simple. First of all you will have to input the plain text as well as the key from the user, and then you should form the intermediate text by repeating the letters of the key again and again until and unless the length becomes equal to the plain text, and after that you should map the corresponding letters in the plain text to the corresponding letters in the intermediate text and finally come across the cipher element due to such mapping of characters. And later you should, in the end of the algorithm technique, you should display the cipher text after consolidating each of the cipher elements and by forming the cipher text. Now for the first example I will take the plain text as we are discovered save yourself. This is the plain text and the key is deceptive, and the intermediate text, as I had already mentioned, is formed by repeating the letters of the key until and unless it becomes equal to the length of the plain text. Now the length of the plain text we are discovered save yourself and the deceptive has become equal, and now let us form the cipher text. Now for forming the cipher text you will have to take each of the characters, each of the corresponding characters present in the plain text and the intermediate text. Now inside the plain text the first character is W, and inside the intermediate text the first character is D. So the cipher text you will have to map it. Let me show you. Okay, so the first character inside the plain text was W. So let me go row wise and see where W lies. W lies here, as you can see, and the first character in the intermediate text is D. So corresponding to W you will have to find D. So A, B, C, D. So D lies here, as you can see, in this column, and so the intermediate element, and so the cipher element which we have here is Z. So for that only I had written Z here, and now let me take another example from the last one. The last character of the plain text is F and the last character of the intermediate text is E. So as you can see here, so F and E. So again similarly in the same fashion you will have to go row wise and find where F actually lies. So as you can see F lies here and you will have to find column wise where E lies. E lies here, as you can see. So the element which we have got here, or the cipher element, is capital J. So for the last element of the cipher text, we had placed the cipher element as J, and similarly for the rest of the characters you will have to do the same thing and arrive at the cipher text. Now for the second example, I had taken the plain text as they are heading towards us, and the key is receptive, the same as previous one, and the intermediate text is deceptive, and but as you can see, the entire deceptive has not been used in the third part, so we had kept a portion of the deceptive keyword, and we had only taken DECEP. So in the same fashion, we have to do the same thing or repeat the algorithm again. The first character of the plain text is T, and the first character of the intermediate text is D. So T and D you will have to find row wise. See where is T. T is here, and A, B, C, D. So the character which we have find here is W. So replace W here, and similarly for this one, for the last character, we have S and P. So find where S actually lies. S lies here, and P lies, you will have to go along this row and find where P lies. P lies here. So the element which we had got, or the cipher element, is capital H. So write H here, as you can see H is written here. And for the third example, let me take the plain text as we need more supplies fast, and the key is make. So the intermediate text will be the repetition of the make keyword until and unless the length of the intermediate text becomes equal to the plain text. And so similarly, the first character in the plain text here is W, and the first one in intermediate text is M. So W and M. So find where is W and find where is M in the column. So M is here, as you can see. So the first cipher element is I. So we have written I here, and for the last element also, the last element of the plain text string is T, and the last element of the intermediate text is M. So T and M. So T lies here, and find where M lies in the column portions. So M lies, I think, here. So T and M actually gives us the intersection element as F. So as you can see, we have written the F here as the cipher element, as the last cipher element of the cipher text. So by that you will have to do for the rest of the elements also belonging to the plain text as well as the intermediate text, and arrive at the rest of the elements of the cipher text. So that is how you actually apply the polyalphabetic cipher to arrive at the cipher text. So that's all from this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I will come up with some other interesting topics as well as more ciphers. Until then, keep exploring.